toss to the lake end. Williams not playing. Force West Adelaide. It's Spiel and Micken. Conlon, Micken, Bennett. Left footer, Smith. Ball handling, not quite sure at this early stage of the game. Free kick, Micken in the centre.
Spill's a bit awkward, Bruce. He's just leaning into that player's back. He did it last week, made mention of it.
Luda's on a lead, Downs at the back. Hewish is playing in the 18 for Sturt. Pake, no bandage on the wrist today or the thumb to Craig. Craig dives and he gets a free kick. Had a big game here 5 days ago against Victoria towards centre wing. And Whittlesey, who's certainly not playing in the back pocket, he's probably in the centre, has taken the mark.
Greg Whittlesey from the centre wing, definitely playing in the centre of the ground for Sturt, goes to full forward, spoiled away towards Motley. Motley takes possession, gets to Davies, but Davies can't take it. Trying to crash the pack, Summerton, Filkey, given away by Barbary. Graham picks it up towards Motley. It's a magnificent snap by Motley. It'll be Michael Graham receiving a free kick, too high tackle. I don't know if Motley got that ball to his boot, Bruce. He's a very strong fellow. He's obviously very strong in the legs. He holds his ground. Once he gets his feet anchored and he gets the ball in hand, it's very hard to offset. So Michael Graham with an important one for Sturt to set them off on the right track. He's kicked it beautifully. So Michael Graham, first goal for the Blues. Now 1 goal, leading West Adelaide, no score.
Sturt attacking in the first minute and a half. Michael Graham getting that free kick within 35 metres of the goal. And Graham has kicked 417 goals for the Double Blues in a long and distinguished career.
So it'll be Frank Spiel and Mark Micken in the centre of the ground. Larry Watson watching Neil Craig very closely. Beautifully knocked by Spiel. Derrington to Whittlesey. Whittlesey with a miss kick to half forward. Summit attacks the ball strongly. Zubin gets in the front spot. Tries to tap it back towards Barbary. That's better. Derrington. A little bit better team play from the Blues. Whittlesey into the full forward area. And Davies. Magnificently placed kick then. Into the space just in front of Davies. And on the far side. And of course Peter Winter not being able to get back and across. So Rick Davies with a chance for the Blues second. Almost 3 minutes gone. Beautiful knock by Frank Spiel then. Davies straight through the centre for the Blues. They got off to a very quick start. 2 goals, no behinds. West Adelaide yet to score.
That handball of Barbary's was a classic one to Derrington. Whittlesey's had 3 kicks in 3 minutes. Pick-pointed Davies out. Jumbo Prince made it, took the mark on his chest and converted. So the 2 champs, Davies and Graham, have played so many games, have kicked the goals.
Spiel and Micken again. Spiel with a magnificent tap on the last occasion. This time he just knocks it forward to Micken. Micken tapping it forward once more. Smith leaves the ball alone, then plays on as he recovers. Into full forward, Luders from behind, Downs from the front spot. Downs recovers best. Linda coming in quickly. Reid backing up. The free kick it'll be to Peter Reid for pushing the back. So Peter Reid to relieve for Sturt from the back pocket.
Drop punt. Fry. Morris. Still Morris. Conlon gets it to Grosser. Grosser to Smith. Smith covering some territory. Drop punt. Goal. What a kick. 2 goals to 1. Smith's got his first.
Magnificent movement there by West Adelaide. Just showing the advantage there of Leon Grosser. Making no effort to try to break clear. Took the ball. Whipped it over to Mike Smith very quickly. Gave Mike Smith the run of the goal. And of course, that's a very good kick from in that pocket. There's not a lot of error required, and he made no mistake.
Big Frank Spiel and big Mark Micken will run directly opposed to one another in the centre. That's another very, very bad bounce. Craig, Conlon. Craig shrugged him off and then shrugged off a high tackle from Smith and gave it to Reid. Motley. Playing at centre half forward. Drop punt is a good one. Barbary will take a fly against Cantalaftis. Roger Winter. Whittlesey tackled him hard. Philip Heinrich in the pocket. Davies. Couldn't take it, fell over.
Oh, this is
Still got a chance, Robert. It'll be a ball up. No, it won't. West Adelaide work it out. Quick handball away by Burgess, who's coming back today. And the kick has found Conlon, and Conlon quickly onto Watson through the centre.
Watson to half forward, over the back Murette, spoiled away by Hewish. Eddie Fry takes it, back to Hewish. Hewish, strong handball forward. Zubrik intercepts Reid, good reflex towards Fry. Fry short, and Whittlesey holding his ground in the centre. Gives it to Derrington. Derrington wide to Craig, and Craig with an opportunity to score the goal. Can't get the distance. Front position Davies. West Adelaide are going to be in a bit of trouble with the big fella up there. If he makes front position, Peter Winter's going to need to get a bit of a run at him. And I think that height disadvantage that West Adelaide have certainly suffered a lot of injuries in defence, and it's counting against them, of course, and a player of Davies' ability with the mark. They'll need every ounce of height that they can get to keep that ball away from his hands. So Davies scores, Sturt's third, Davies second. 3 goals, 1 goal West Adelaide.
What a start to this game. 4 goals in 6 minutes. Neil Craig steadied himself, kicked the ball well, he just couldn't get the distance. Davies with a strong mark again. Davies has kicked 30 goals this season. He's the leading goal kicker in the South Australian National Football League. What did he get last year, Robert? About 98, I think. He just missed out on the magical 100. And he's on the way again this year. Probably not quite getting enough each game at this stage, but he's got 30. And he's got a big start to the day with 2 goals in 6 minutes.
Frank Spill and Mark Micken still running straight against each other. The umpire's bounced it the other way this time. He's wasted a good time over the ruckman. Rosser is tapping it out to the wing. Picked up out there by number 13 for West Adelaide, who's Beach. Ball kicked up to Conlon and half forward. Conlon back towards Grosser, but he's miskicked it. Spill spoils forward. Ball's into open area. Wilson takes it, gives it off to Filkey. Filkey to Derrington. Derrington in through half forward and high towards Davies. Winter from behind. Davies from the front spot. No free kick, no mark, and play on as Beach gives it across to Burgess. Burgess to the half-back line.
Bennett to Beach. Beach through the centre. Linda hasn't been able to get a run at one yet. And Fry takes the mark. Then brings it out wide. That's a good kick. But Summerton gets underneath it and he takes the mark and quickly plays on to McKinnon. McKinnon with a drop punt. Fry and Smith and the boundary line. And it'll be a ball in. Robert, the pace has been tremendous.
Well, Sturt certainly playing a little bit more teamwork they did last week against Central Districts, Bruce. They're getting the ball onto their teammate quickly. And, of course, West Adelaide are in top form at the moment. They have been all the year. And their whole game's been developed around their team playing, getting it on. There's an indication of it as Grosser gets it out to Morris. And Morris in the full forward. Downs has an airy. Recovers the ball. Gets it up quickly to Reid. He's a good player, Reid. He handballs it away. Holds his ground well against Conlon. Conlon gets a little handball to Linda. And Linda shoots for goal. And misses.
Point to Lindner. 1-1 to 3 goals.
So it'll be Andrew Downs from full-back. Could have been a fatal mark he dropped then, Bruce. A very costly one. Lindner not able to convert. And Downs goes straight into the centre square with his kick, just to the edge of the line. And it's a mark to Micken. Frank Spill having an airy spoil from the front spot.
Robert, big jewel here. 2 players who must be close to state selection, remembering that Rendell won't go to Perth. So this clash today will be an interesting one.
I think Frank Spill's got the ability to get the knock, but I think that's where his game ends a bit, Bruce. His field play's not good enough for state football. Mark Micken into full forward. Spoiled away by Sturt. Coming around the front, Roger Winter. He's very good up in the forward line. In fact, he's extremely good on this occasion. Beautifully done, Roger Winter. West Adelaide 2-1. Sturt 3 goals.
Neil Curley high in the sky here at Football Park. In fact, he's about halfway up, having a look at this game. He'd be a bit happier after that goal by Roger Winter. Winter has been a good player, as Robert set up forward this year. He's kicked a number of goals for West Adelaide, made the most of that. In fact, umpire Hilton says the reason we can't bounce the ball is that it's not good enough. We want another one. So the pressure will be on them now.
I suppose the players do that when they do miss kicks as well, Bruce. It's a new excuse for the umpires.
Let's see how they go here. 3 goals to 2-1.
Frank Spill and Mark Micken. New ball for the umpire. Will he bounce it straight? He's not going to bounce it on the little spot in the centre. She's straight up. Beautiful bounce. Must have been the ball. Barbary receives a nice tap down from Spill. Craig. Motley giving it back to Craig. Craig goes in towards the goal square. Beautifully placed kick. Ball with that round the corner, flipping away though. Heinrich can't take possession. He's ridden into the ground. On every occasion the players have done that, the umpire has given the free kick for in the back. That ball that spins around like that, Bruce, is a hard ball to mark. But nevertheless, Philip Heinrich should have been able to take that one, I think. Just might have taken his eye off it. He's got another chance. Much more acute angle. 25 metres from goal. Not much to shoot at. It's a beautiful leg. Coming in, not enough, and through from behind to Philip Heinrich. Sturt 3-1, West Adelaide 2-1.
19-13, 10 minutes gone. Peter Winter. Micken gives him the lead. Big Frank at the back. Roger Winter. Summerton. Been a star for West Adelaide this year. Got himself into a bit of trouble then, but he forced it forward with a handball. Zubernik. Scott Whittlesey, that's the way he'll go. Whittlesey's handball was blocked by Roger Winter to Bennett. Bennett towards the goal square. Luders on the lead.
That's actually rabbiting then, Bruce. Roger Luders at no stage went for that ball. All he did was when Andrew Downs came in, he ducked his head under and rabbited on him, and that's not allowed. He was making no intention to go for the ball. In fact, should have been penalised. Instead, gets the free kick and needs to convert. It's a long kick, it's a straight kick. Full points to the full forward for West Adelaide. 3-1 now to Westies, 3-1 to Sturt.
Yes, that ball coming in towards Luders on the lead. Luders ducking underneath Downs. Downs kept his eye on the ball all the way. Free kick against him, very unlucky. Luders good enough to convert though. He's kicked 27 goals this year and 299 in league football.
John Halbert, Neville Cunningham, the chairman of selectors, and Malcolm Greenslade, the runner. On the bench, another bounce. Perhaps it wasn't the ball. No one can take possession. Finally, Randall Bennett just slipping it out towards Robin McKinnon. He dummies, kicks to centre half forward. Coming from behind is Pagan from the front. That mercurial Linder, what a magnificent fly. Like one would have thought that the Sturt player, Pake, was well into the air. And then with magical timing, it's Linder to full forward. Off hands from Downs from the front position. Both he and Huey sandwiching Roger Luders on that occasion. And so it'll be out of bounds. We've played about 12.5 minutes and the scores are all tied up. 3-1 each.
Muret's there with Hewish. Two unlikely types to go for the throw-in. Morris. Eddie Fry. Recovered. Zubernik and McKinnon. Two players with great toe and dash. Conlon's with them as it goes out of bounds. Scores level. Sturt got away to a flying start. West Adelaide has steadied up.
Hewish and Smith. Hewish just laying it back towards Linder. Linder playing with the ball, not taking possession. Zubernik dives in underneath it. Linder wanting a free kick for holding the ball, but he had his hand on the ball, in fact, on the first occasion. The umpire elects to bounce it. Grant Zubernik making no effort to get rid of it, nevertheless. Linder flying high over the top. Barbary. Kicks it into the man. Well done, Robin McKinnon, running across the leg. Out of bounds again. The game fairly tight at the moment. West Adelaide have picked up a bit in the last five minutes. Got caught on the nap a little bit early. Smith. Hewish. Zubernik can't take possession. Out of bounds.
Half forward, or between half forward and centre wing, West Adelaide in attack. Micken and Spiel again. I'll be at it most of the day. Smith over the top to Bennett, to Conlon. Just a touch slow there, Conlon. Muret. McKinnon tried to tap it over the back. Zubernik. Craig. He's had a good start, Craig. Drop punt to the pocket. Motley and Borchard. Burgess. Cantalaftis. Had a look. Conlon runs back on it. Zubernik and McKinnon. Micken. Craig. Still Micken. Now Zubernik. Now Thorpe.
Who's he play for?
He's the umpire.
Oh.
And a ball up. Conlon in a bit of strife there. I think he'll be all right, the little fellow.
There's a bounce down. Bill in the front position, lays it down to Derrington. Derrington long handball forward. And Ian Borchardt just running it over the line and out of bounds. On the half-forward flank for Sturt now. Sturt have forced it around the boundary line. One into the ground of the t'other in the last few minutes. Spill tapping it down to Derrington again. Derrington handballs it forward towards Whittlesea and Watson. The umpire's very consistent with the free kick at the moment. Larry Watson from centre half-back area, the half-back line. Just goes short into the centre. It's an accurate kick too. Finds Peter Muret there. Muret just dropping the ball, wanting a 15-metre penalty. Just going back, just doing a bit of slow motion this is. Just do a short pass he will, just across the ground. Tony Burgess up from the back pocket. He kicks it long to the goal square. Ludus from behind. Oh, great fly by Downs. Reid, beautifully done, Peter Reid. Pake. Motley from the front. That's where he likes him. Craig. Running a bit wide at times, Neil Craig. Beautiful kick to Davies. Davies runs underneath the ball. One gets the feeling that's where he gets into strife. Filkey, back pedaling. It's caught, holding the ball. Couldn't get rid of it.
Beach from the back pocket. Motley and Craig have combined beautifully a couple of times so far today. Big spill.
It's a good mark. He doesn't take many of those normally, Bruce. That's a very good fly by the big fellow. Front position.
He's the hit-out king in South Australia, Frank Spill. He and Big Mick Redden, there's nothing between them. Drop punt. Davies will be underneath it. Just laid it off beautifully to give Heinrich a chance. Kanalaftis was good enough to get there, but Heinrich's snap will go through for a goal. And Sturt a goal in front.
Very determined effort there by Philip Heinrich. Getting the ball back and on his wrong foot, snapping it through. Very good personal effort. Not an easy goal by any stretch of the imagination. The ball going in there in a very wobbly fashion. Of course, Rick Davies just tapping it over, deciding not to mark.
Spiel and Micken, a goal the difference. Been a great start to this game. Spiel with a tap. Whittlesea in the centre. To Zubernick. Motley, can he get to it there? He didn't this time. Peter Winter off the ground. Now, will it sit for Burgess? It did. He made it. And then goes across to Somerton. Muret. Beach. West Adelaide run it to full forward. Luda's in the front spot. Downs over the back. Smith should go. Left foot. Through. Smith second. Goal for goal at Football Park.
What a magnificent take in by Michael Smith. The movement through the centre, of course, saw Peter Muret wait till the last moment with Michael Graham coming up behind him. He then zipped the handball forward to Beach. Then shepherded Michael Graham, and the kick went forward with a long, strong kick. And of course, that spoiled by Downs came off hands very, very quickly. And it was a magnificent take by Mike Smith as he ran in to make an easy goal.
Micken and Spiel again. It's been a very good start to this game. Spiel won the tap. Muret went without it. Filkey. Spiel.
That's what I mean about the ball handling, Bruce.
Filkey chips in and then kicks the ball to Davies. Winter's with him. Borchardt, Barbary, Heinrich, Derrington, snap, hit the post.
Should have handballed to Motley. I think that was a bad bit of footy then by Jimmy Derrington. He had Motley just alongside of him. Chose to shoot for goal. 4-2 to Sturt, 4-1 to West Adelaide.
Winter to McKinnon. Zubernick gives him a hand and cops 15 metres for. Two very, very interesting players, Zubernick and McKinnon. They've got a lot of dash. Burgess has made a good comeback to league football as he gives it across to Borchardt and then he runs through the centre.
Howard receiving from Craig to centre wing. Wilson. Howard playing in the back pocket today. Ray Wilson towards Heinrich. Beach getting across there first. Ball out of bounds on the half-forward line now for Sturt. Neil Craig dropping back deep into defence then, did it very well. Spiel and Micken. Spiel in front, Micken taps the ball away towards the boundary line. Heinrich takes possession, but it's out of bounds. 4-2 to Sturt, 4-1 to West Adelaide. 19.5 minutes into the first quarter. Spiel and Micken. Micken's tapping towards Randall Bennett. Bennett gets it away, and it's tapped on by Conlon. And then kicked forward from the centre wing by Beach. Reid puts a hand on it and taps it towards the boundary line. Morris taps it out of bounds.
Reid playing well back there for Sturt. Player that we don't see a lot of. He doesn't. Everything he does is without fuss. It's Lindner and Reid and Hewish. Hewish running into Lindner. Winter, Watson, and takes the falling mark in front of Whittlesey.
Lindner propped in front of Hewish still on that boundary throwing.
Watson from the centre. Left foot, a floater. That'll go close. Touched behind. Watson's got blood streaming from his mouth. He must have just copped one a little earlier on. So scores are level. 4-2 apiece.
For Andrew Downs. Almost over the line then. Spiel in the front spot. It's taking another mark. Handballs it off quickly to Derrington. Derrington kicking again towards the centre wing position. Well read by Ian Borchardt. Not a good kick. Handball to Conlon. Conlon, I don't think was expecting a summit, and he's a good player. He falls over looking for three. Motley's held his feet, so is Borchardt. Motley gets it out. Conlon scouring the pack beautifully. Gives it to Summit, and he's fallen. Gets it away. Big Frank Spiel. That's better, Frank. Ray Wilson. Spiel. Graham with an opportunity. Motley. Motley straight into the full forward area. Long kick. Burgess is back there.
Got Watson on a lead. Davies has got him. Oh, this is danger off the ground. He should get a free kick, Davies.
He never get a free kick. He doesn't get free kicks. He only gives them away, Bruce.
Well, Rick's in 2-1. Gee, Burgess took a chance, and I think the big fella surprised him with his pace.
People don't realise that Rick Davies was a sprint champion runner when he was younger.
Well, maybe his legs aren't as sound as they used to be. That knee's given him problems, but he showed some dash there. Spiel with a free kick. Zubernick runs himself into a dead end and then chips it to Heinrich. Heinrich wants it to sit up. His ball handling's not all that good just at the moment. That was better. Davies, will he kick his third? He has. What a start for the Jumbo Prince. 5-3 to 4-2.
Well played by Rick Davies and also by Philip Heinrich. It's good to see Philip Heinrich working with a bit more team play. That is the sort of footy that's going to give Sturt an opportunity. After last week's dismal effort, when they showed no semblance of teamwork whatsoever, Philip Heinrich up in that forward line. In fact, Bruce, a few weeks ago we saw Sturt play Torrens. It was Philip Heinrich that went onto the ball. We felt and did a few good things in the centre circle on that occasion.
Spiel and Micken again. 22 minutes gone, 9 goals scored. Goal for goal at the moment. Roger Winter taps it on. McKinnon on the half volley. Zubernick holding the ball. Robin McKinnon and Grant Zubernick having a very interesting job. McKinnon, Luders on a lead. Downs has been with him all the way. And that at least is consistency, because Downs gave a free kick away earlier on in the quarter for a similar thing.
Yes, quite right. Just ducking underneath the ball, although Luders was up on his head. It was a bad fly, was it?
Downs towards the centre wing. Micken at the back. Spiel takes the mark.
Dry weather certainly suiting Frank Spiel. Proving me a liar, showing some marking ability. That's his third for this quarter. He kicks to half forward. Motley from the back. What a mark. Scoops his hands underneath the ball. As if Ian Borchardt had his hands on that ball, he would have grabbed arms, hands and everything. Goes to full forward. Davies from behind. Derrington from the front. Filkey gives it to Heinrich. Heinrich with a beautiful handball to Derrington. That's footy.
It sure is. Derrington's got his first, and the Double Blues are in full flight. It's 6-3 to 4-2. And what about that mark of Motley's in the centre square as he came over the top of Borchardt and took it on his chest?
Philip Heinrich, a handful up there in the forward pocket for West Adelaide. His ability to get the ball off hands, and the one thing he's doing this afternoon, which is stamping him in good stead and giving his team a lot of advantage, is his quick delivery of the handball.
Micken and Spiel in the centre. Sturt, pinch a break just before quarter time. West Adelaide must get a goal back. Lindner fell over. Reid, Spiel. Borchardt takes the mark. Motley winning centre half forward. Lindner hasn't been able to do the same thing for West at the moment. Borchardt with a very ordinary handball. Candlelath has had to stop for it. And Summerton's fallen over a couple of times, which is unusual for him. Zubernick chips it to the pocket. Craig has a good long look at him. Not too happy.
I don't know what was going through Grant Zubernick's head then, because he relaxed, he broke the tackle, and then instead of going on with the job and really straightening his body into Neil Craig, almost went to a panic station. So it's John Candelaftis, West Adelaide with a reprieve. He goes to centre wing, a good kick. Reid from the back, spoiling away. Should have been given a free kick against him because he wasn't going for the mark. I thought he had to go for the mark from behind. Zubernick. Heinrich again trying to find Barbary. Does so. Barbary fumbles. Heinrich will go into Davies. No, he won't. He's going for Derrington. Ball sits for him. He's got a chance to kick for the Skulls. Davies with a run. Well done, Peter Winter, from the front spot, spoiling it through. So Sturt rush a point. There's 6 goals for West Adelaide, 4-2.
Winter to Morris. Morris coming right up from his forward position with a high drop punt. Grosser and Howard at the back. Wilson. I don't know if Watson's playing on that wing, but he's out there at the moment. Howard back to Wilson. Back to Howard. Howard with a drop punt. Filkey and Beach. Beach at the back. Filkey the front. Filkey's tackle good. Pakes followed Morris right up, and he gives it to Derrington. Derrington's having a big turn. Oh, Filkey did that magnificently. And then with a drop punt, and Davies will snap on it up.
Gee, that's a magnificent handball and a fantastic take. But the handball of Derrington was excellent as he punched it right at his tummy. It's to the top of the thighs, in fact, that the ball went. And of course, at that running pace, Filkey didn't have to leave the ground. And Davies, with one hand, finished the mark. He's kicked 3. 4 would be very handy for Sturt. Every opportunity should be taken advantage of in a match like this. Rick Davies through the centre for his 4th. He's kicked 4 goals north. Sturt 7 goals for. West Adelaide 4 goals 2.
Yes, that take of Filkey's and the handball from Derrington was outstanding. He looked for Davies as he snaffled it in the one hand. And I suppose at this very moment, if Neil Curley could have just one more player, that player would be Craig Williams. He'd love to have him out there at this very moment.
So it's Spiel and Micken again. Neil Curley, worried look on his face. He hasn't had the worried look too often this year because his team's performed magnificently. They're still in it at the moment. Here comes Grosser now, out of the centre to Micken. West Adelaide into attack. Well done, big fellow. Watson. Morris. Well played, West Adelaide. It's the teamwork we've seen from them this year. The pressure's come on them. They've settled themselves. Mark Micken showing a bit of calmness. Getting the ball forward. Watson to Morris. And this is the goal that'll just settle them a little bit if he can score it. Oh, beautiful kick, Jeffrey Morris.
Morris's first goal. It's 5-2 to 7-4. He's kicked a lot of goals in his league career. 226 so far for Morris. Had a very, very bad injury. We thought anyway at Richmond earlier in the year. As Robert said, Micken was able to get that ball across to Watson. Watson just held up the leg. He saw that Morris was clear at centre half forward. He chipped it across. Morris took the mark, steadied, had a look around, saw that he was within kicking distance, and then never looked like missing.
Frank Spiel and Mark Micken, yet again. They've been on the ball all the quarter for 27.5 minutes. Micken this time. Reid, magnificent take. Spiel, Whittlesey. Can't afford to fumble in the centre. You get away with it sometimes in the back pocket, but you can't in the middle of the ground because there's more players around you. He makes an error, but Sturt, a little bit of good fortune. Michael Graham bolted from the free kick, and Motley in front spot. He's got the ball. Important kick this. 28 minutes, Bruce, and any goals to score in this time on period when you can go in, if you can increase your lead to 3 goals. So Peter Motley, 50 metres. Needs his very best kick, getting a bit close to the man on the mark. Hasn't stopped his kick. He's got maximum distance. Davies up there again with the height. And this is when he does some tricky things sometimes, Bruce. Ever since that day, I think all South Australia remember it. We were watching the sport on the television at Hawthorn, and he kicked a point in the night match from a half an inch out, straight in front. He's got a fair angle here. He should never miss this. He's going for his 5th goal for the quarter, the big fellow. He's given it a good ride today. He's got his timing on his kick. Instead of kick their 8, they're 8 goals for, and West Adelaide 5-2.
John Howard having a look. Motley juggled the mark, no doubt about it. He's had a big start at centre half forward, Peter Motley. He got in close to the man on the mark, as Robert said, but his kick was a very good one, in straight, and Davies, who's giving Peter Winter the run around, was able to take the mark and then convert. 5 goals in any quarter is not too bad.
Frank Spiel and Mark Micken. It's been a very long quarter because we had 13 goals. Micken, well done. Bennett, Winter can't hold ground. Rosser backs up the beach. Watson running to the half-forward line. Pake's after him. Watson falls over. Pake runs past. Watson's handball, bad. Chance of Pake to recover from 30 metres. Howard, who's done a bit of a job in the back pocket already, goes short to Craig. It's too slow in getting there. And Mark Beach coming across, spoiling away and out of bounds.
Spiel and Micken, as Robert said earlier, they've been going all quarter. Roger Winter at the back. Jeff Morris with a chance. Couldn't quite get the ball up. Frank Spiel. The long handball to Whittlesey was a very good one. Grosser runs him down. Not in time, though, and Graham takes the mark. Now Davies is in the goal square and Motley's on a lead. They're both calling for it in a hurry, but he's got to go to Barbary. Well done by the Rover. He made position, he saw the space, and Graham just chipped it across. Craig Barbary, who's only playing in his 8th game for the club, has got a chance to put Sturt in a very strong position at quarter time.
Leon Grosser was into that defensive action very quickly then, actually. Bruce, he was too far in. Left Barbary behind, and Barbary came in on the second sweep. He's running very close to the man on the mark. It's a lovely time kick. It's a goal. 9 goals for to Sturt. 5-2 to West Adelaide as Craig Barbary kicks his first goal. He has, in fact, done that job quite well in the kicks he has for goal. There's no doubt that he's got a little bit of skill off the boot when he kicks the ball. But he's tended to fade out of games very much after the first quarter in recent times. Maybe it's just through the lack of team play of the Blues. They haven't been able to get any coordination together.
Spiel and Micken, this has been a big term for Sturt. They started quickly and they're finishing it off quickly. Barbary out of the centre with a very good grab. Heinrich and Burgess. Beach. High one. Wilson and Bennett. And it'll be a ball in. West Adelaide, Robert, got a few problems, I think. Lindner hasn't been able to really get a grip of the ball at centre half forward.
They haven't gone in there very smoothly at the moment, Bruce. And at the end of the first quarter, West Adelaide are 5-2, trailing Sturt 9-4. Start of the second quarter at Football Park. Sturt leading 9-4 to 5-2. And Spiel and Micken competing for the first knockdown. Spiel lays it down to Derrington. He can't get it. Conlon intercepts beautifully into the full forward pocket. On a lead, Luders. Huey spoils it away. Everyone loses the ball except Smith, who's coming in late. And he kicks it forward and out of bounds.
Quick start by West Adelaide. They want a goal early, trailing by 26 points. They kicked 5 and Sturt kicked 9. It was reminiscent of the game down here about 4 weeks ago when West kicked 29 and Glenelg kicked 23. Smith from the back, Huey to Craig, tackled by Muret, and he's been caught holding the ball.
Tackled by Peter Muret. Neil Craig thinking he was going to get a free for around the neck, I think, Bruce. Didn't make any play, just tackled him around the top, around the neck, so the umpire said holding the ball. I mean, if that was around the neck, it's a long way away from up here. It's a pretty bad decision.
Muret.
And they need the goal. Peter Muret. Beautiful kick, Muret. It's a goal. His first. West Adelaide 6th. There's 6 goals, 2. Trailing Sturt 9-4.
Hewish getting the tap away. Craig underneath it. Muret grabbing him around the waist. Maybe a bit high in the end as Craig slid down his body a little, but Muret given the free kick and goal in from the pocket, and that's just what West Adelaide wanted.
Spiel and Micken from the centre. Ball bouncing towards Spiel. He taps it to Craig. Craig gets it up quickly to Whittlesey. He's fumbled again, Greg Whittlesey. He's got to get his take right if he's going to play in the centre of the ground. The kick by West Adelaide to the outer side by Conlon. And out of bounds.
Centre wing. It'll be Micken and Spiel. Done all the ruck work so far. Micken with a tap. Wilson tried to read it. Beach. Drop punt. Morris and Pate. Muret over the back. And it'll be a ball in.
It's out of bounds between half forward and centre wing, in front of the member stand. West Adelaide kicking to the golf course end. Bruce Linder's been shifted to full forward. Mike Smith in towards Linder now. Linder and Downs. Downs gets the ball with Hughes, both flying for it. Luders can't get it away. Howard picks it up, magnificent handball to Downs. Downs on a rebound. Pake. Tim Pake from half-back into the centre wing. Filkey in the front, lays it off with one hand. Holding the man against Frank Spill. Free kick goes to Mark Mickett. Mark Beach receives. He kicks it into Jim Derrington. It's out of bounds again. John Howard having a few words there.
Mickett and Spill, 58-38. Spill won it. Conlon read it well. Wilson's after him. Conlon's got Grosser. He chips it across to him. Grosser to Muret on a lead, and chipping in, Roger Winter takes the mark. West Adelaide just bringing it forward. A couple of little kicks. Conlon to Grosser. And Roger Winter, who's a very good kick for goal, is probably just too far out. And Linder gives him a lead. He takes the mark.
It's a powerful lead too.
This is the one they want, Robert. Linder missed one earlier on today, but this is the one that will bring them up within a couple of goals. Started this quarter pretty well, West Adelaide. Sturt had a magnificent first term. They kicked 9 goals. Linder's got 25 goals so far this season. That's not counting the state game. Drop punt. Straight through. That'll give him some confidence. That's 1-1 to Bruce Linder. 7-2 to 9-4.
Yes, there's a very good bit of play there to get that ball across to the centre of the ground, West Adelaide. Conlon showing a little bit of dash on the turn at centre wing when he got it across to Grosser. Then they worked it back in towards the centre. And the kick across, of course, that Linder marked, he was at full stretch. Sturt now making a change. They bring Downs to centre half back and shifting Reid back to full back onto Linder.
Micken and Spill in the centre. Micken won it. Craig intercepted. Watson with him. Bennett. Conlon. Good take by Conlon and kicked in the one motion. Howard and Grosser. Pake. Got a high one from Smith. Unintentional. Tim Pake. Who had broken wrist, I think it was, Robert, earlier in the, or hand earlier in the season. Is now starting to find some form as he goes to Downs.
Andrew Downs been shifted to centre half back onto his left foot to Craig at the wing. Neil Craig and Borchardt coming in quickly. Motley's got some space at half forward. Neil Craig taking his time, goes long into the pocket. Davies from the back, Motley from the front. There's Burgess in between. So it's Tony Burgess. Good mark in the back pocket.
Gee, I thought Peter Motley.
So did I. I thought Motley had it. Oh well. Burgess. Fry from the back. Stopped it dead, but I think Spiel in the middle will get this one. And he knows he had a bit of it. He thought he was going to get a kick too. Frank Spiel from centre wing. Long to half forward. Davies under the ball. Winter gets a run at it this time. Filkey pounces on it. Holding the ball. Umpire says he ducked his head. I don't think that's going to do with the prize of eggs. He's got to have a chance to get rid of it.
You've got to get down and pick it up. You've got to have your head ducked at some stage. Kick by Bennett. Micken in the front. And he gets a free kick. So we've got a series of free kicks or marks being paid here. So the game, the flow of the game just stopping for a moment.
Spill's got to get in front though. That's why you give the freeze away.
He's done pretty well today, Frank Spill, though, Robert. I think he's beaten Micken in the field play.
He has. He's taken that. He's been in front. That's the first time he's been behind.
So Fry at the back. Filkey's handball to Pake. Pake with a long one. Now Derrington was caught underneath it. Beach. He's had a good game, Beach, so far. Micken with a floater. Muret uses his body very strongly against Downs and gets the free kick. Then throws it away to Watson. Watson's in trouble, and that's holding the ball. But Peter Muret did that poorly, Robert. The handball might have been on, but his disposal was ordinary.
Yes, it wasn't good. Andrew Downs to centre wing. Micken, well done. Mark the ball, not played. Derrington, Craig. Craig will go straight for Davies. Davies put his hand out, and he's dropped it right on Throopmans. Davies put his arm to the right-hand side. And Neil Craig, seeing the call, and being the kick that he is, dropped it right in front of Big Rick as he lines up for number 6 at 7 minutes into the second quarter. That's how he's been kicking in the last few weeks. He gets a bit proppy on that leg as he gets a bit more tired. So Rick Davies has kicked it behind. It's 9-5 to 7-2.
The pass of Neil Craig's was superb, running at full speed. Just had to kick it across his body slightly. Peter Winter, Micken gives him a lead. Spiel at the back. Micken takes the mark.
I think Frank Spiel gets a little bit tired. They've got Sims on the bench and Spiel from behind. I think now's the time to make a change if they're going to, Bruce.
Micken to Morris. Tap forward by McKinnon. Roger Winter. Larry Watson. Short to the pocket. Lindner. Reed. Still Lindner. Still Lindner. Snapshot is going to go through. What a goal. Lindner's got his second. 8-2 to 9-5. Mr. Excitement, I'm going to call him from now on, Robert.
Oh, he's just ordinary old Bruce Lindner. What a beautiful play. His individual efforts are terrific. His ability to prop, stop, jump, anything that requires a power movement, Bruce Lindner's got it. And of course, on that occasion, he was tripped by Peter Reid in an effort to retard him in the pocket. Then he evaded the oncoming Sturt player, went around very quickly and then powered the ball very strongly on the kick around his body and swung it in with his leg for a beautiful individual performance.
8-2 to 9-5. Ronald Reagan better be careful. The president's on the march at Football Park. It'll be Spiel and Micken. Bennett. Well done by Wilson. Graham Hoy back turned beautifully. Handball not so good.
There's 2 handballs by Sturt in succession that missed the body. It's going to give Randall Bennett an opportunity now to rebound. His kick's not good, but a beautiful tap on by Grosser to Summerton. Summerton's got Watson on his own. Greg Whittles are getting caught into the half-forward line. Watson back to receive for West Adelaide. Watson with his unnatural foot towards Lindner. Spoiled away by Pake. Fry can't take it. He just fumbles it. Luders gives it to Smith. Smith waits to the last second and just chips it across when Howard's on top of him. And Bernie Conlon in the goal square. West Adelaide fighting back now very strongly then, 9-2. Trailing Sturt by 3 points, 9-5.
West have kicked the 4 goals that have been booted so far in this term. Watson's getting out on his own on that wing a great deal against Whittlesea. He's playing in the centre, of course, Watson. He looked for Lindner, didn't quite get to him. Smith did it beautifully. Ran into the pocket, waited, and finally just chipped it across to Conlon.
Frank Spiel, Mark Micken. John Howard looking a little bit worried. Spiel tapping it forward to Grosser. Not thinking very much where he's knocking them now. He didn't do that early. Smith into the full forward area. Hughes from the front lays it back where Lindner's waiting. That's a bad miss, Bruce Lindner. With his power and movement, he could have just chipped that ball in low, almost about head high on the goal umpire, I'd say. So West Adelaide let Sturt off the hook. 9-4 to 9-5, a point the difference.
Reed to the centre. Fry off hands. Motley's got to run for it, and it'll be out of bounds. 2 points the difference. Robert Lindner at full forward, Luders in the pocket. It's sort of twin full forwards, I suppose, at the moment. West Adelaide playing. Two big marks.
Yeah, Mike Smith's moved out to the half forward. I don't know who's Peter Muret's playing centre half forward. Craig caught with the ball, gets it away finally to Spiel. Sturt player pushed in the back. The umpire played 3 for that in the first quarter. They've obviously changed their mind. Here's where the umpiring changes. Graham, Craig. Well done. Held himself back. Zubranick in the half forward area. Well taken as he drops it on his chest. And Grant Zubranick now with an opportunity to put it forward to Barbary. Like, if you're allowed to do that, I'll go here. I know there was nothing in it. The player had marked the ball. I would have thought Ian Borchardt a little fortunate not to receive a 15-metre penalty on that occasion. But the umpire's going to change their umpiring by the look of things. The player getting in front, falling on top of the ball, is not going to get a free kick this quarter. Must be very hard for the lads to play, Bruce. They're not really knowing what's going to happen. I suppose you just play to the whistle and do your best.
Barbry's kicked one. He's missed that. Didn't really punch the ball at all. He's just going with the leg, a bit tired.
You know, he kicked off the back foot badly. Lacked a lot of confidence, that kick. Peter Winter, the centre half back. Straight to Greg Whittlesea. brother Roger. Whittlesea's going to get it in quickly to Davies. He's 1 out now. He's too strong, the big fellow. On 1 out, as we all know, for many years. He's almost unbeatable 1 out. He'll be put on a fairly sharp angle, I'd say.
I'd say this is the worst rule in football. I know it's a rule, but that ball was kicked from centre half forward. Davies marked the ball in the goal square, and you put him on an angle. I can't understand that at all.
I think, well, the rule is that you line up from the middle of the goal.
Why don't you kick it where you take the mark?
Well, he is the bloke standing in the mark. He's got to kick
but why
over
can't you
it.
kick it straight in front? It's a goal. Makes no difference. He's kicked 6. I know what the rule says, Robert, but I reckon it's wrong. 10-6 to 9-3.
That was a very good mark then by Davies. 1 out. They attacked the goal square, Sturt. But I think that the rule is that to give the umpire some indication of the line that you have to take. Maybe they could take it from some other point, but that's the way it is, and I suppose that's one of the skills of the game, to be able to kick those goals, and Rick Davies has made no mistake from a fairly sharp angle.
Spiel in the ruck against Micken, 10-6 to 9-3. Neither player really getting an effective tap. Barbary Collin. Roger Winter weaves his way through to Bennett. Bennett ducks. Pake stopped the ball off the ground. Smith's handball was quick to Conlon. Conlon backs up, but Howard did it well. Runs it to the boundary line, and it's going to be a ball in.
A tough competitor, Brendan Howard, on that half-back line. That player kicking the ball off the ground then is almost an intimidatory kick. And what is in danger? You have to kick someone in the hand to be called in danger. All questions that can be asked, and the umpire's got to make decisions on. A lot of players competing here for nothing to happen. The umpire prepared to call it up. Ball never stopping though. Umpire's often not very confident to let the game keep going. And the ball starts Downs with a very high leap. Barbary coming in. Fry, very good possession by Eddie Fry. Almost throws it out with one hand, I would have thought. Barbary gives it to Ray Wilson. Wilson with a missed kick to half forward. Intercepted by Beach, but he can't complete the mark. And on that occasion, the ball had stopped, and the umpire will bounce it.
10-6 to 9-3. Sturt has kicked 1-2. West Adelaide has kicked 4-1 since quarter time. Spiel. Borchard runs it through. Wilson. Collett. Bennett. Drop punt. Lindner. Great pair of hands. Peter Reid standing the mark.
Brendan Howard a bit reluctant to go across then. He wasn't sure what to do.
This is the important kick now, Robert, isn't he? He's 45 metres out.
He's pulled it, going for the extra distance, you see. Gone right across the goal front. That's why you aim at the right-hand post when you come in, Bruce, because when you go for that bit of extra distance, you tend to pull across your body a little bit, natural right footer. So it's Shane Hewish, outer side, ball off hands. Fry trying to break clear before he gives the ball, and finally just gets a scrambling handball forward, picked up by Roger Winter. Luder's in the pocket, nearly completes the mark. Sturt able to just tap it out of bounds, and Roger Winter just drops the ball onto the ground.
Nuret and Downs. Downs at the back to Fry. Smothered by Roger Winter. Missed by Pake. And again a ball up. Lindner, 2-2. He was kicking a bit. I don't know how many points he kicked in the state game, Robert, not being here, but seemed to kick pretty straight under pressure.
Well, I've got the scores here, as a matter of fact, Bruce. I'll let you know in a sec.
Smith to Winter. Conlon around his body. That's a very good kick. It's a behind. So Conlon today has got 1-1. 9-4 to 10-6.
Bruce Lindner rather kicked 5 goals, nothing.
Kicked 2-2 today. So Reid to bring her back in.
Half forward flank. Whittlesey from the back, flying high. Tim Pake, he's got a bit of pace, so is Watson. He'll need it all, Larry Watson, to catch Pake. Pake goes in, long, well done Winter. Can't complete the mark. Davies on his left foot, needs a big bounce backwards. He doesn't get it. Goes through from behind to Rick Davies. It's 6 goals, 2 to Davies. 9 goals, 4 to West Adelaide, and 10 goals, 6 to Sturt.
10 kicks to Davies today. Winter to the far side. Zubernick at the back. McKinnon. Summit and Court. Good tackle by Zubernick. Still with Zubernick. Graham. Can Davies take it? Winter in the front spot. Quick kick away. McKinnon. Somerton. Controlled drop punt to the centre. Smith makes it and then plays on. Almost ran out of room. Gave it to Beach. Oh, that's a little one, but he got away with it all right to Muret.
Muret from the centre. Beach. Beach towards Lindner. No one can see it. Morris coming towards it. Bit of indecision by the Westie players. Morris gets hold of the ball, snaps it for the goal. He can't get the accuracy. It's been a very handy one too. 1 goal, 1 to Jeff Morris. 9-5 to West Adelaide. 10-7 to Sturt.
Is that son a problem, Robert, at times? Obviously, a couple of players there had trouble.
It gets pretty low in the north in the winter, of course, Bruce. And when it comes into that southern end, the ball is very hard to see.
Reed straight down the centre. 4 players up. McKinnon punched the handball, but it was intercepted firstly by Wilson and then Craig. Motley. Philip Heinrich. Peter Motley again. Borchard's tackle was quick. Maybe a fraction high. Motley's free kick.
He's got a very good pair of hands, Peter Motley. He picked that ball up off the ground then. One grab. Once he goes for the ball, a tremendous knack to be able to pick it up. So Bill leaves the ground. Trevor Sims comes on to share the rucking with him today, and Peter Motley into full forward. Peter Winter can't take the mark. Knocked on by Davies, intercepted well by Randall Bennett. He scoops it up into the air. And Candleftis rebounds to West Adelaide. Straight to Ray Wilson. Spoiled away by Micken though. And out of bounds on the half-forward line for Sturt.
He's still having a rest and a drink. Poor old Micken's got to keep going. He hasn't got Craig Williams to help him today, but he has got Hyde. He'll probably come on short. Barbary. Filkey. Filkey runs towards the goal and then with a long one kicks a point. 10-8, 9-5. Filkey's personal score is just what he's kicked right then. So Winter will bring it back in.
Umpire having not waved the flag. He's got to wait a fraction longer. Conlon in the pocket, very short. So he comes to the member stand side. Motley from the front, off hands. Filkey again, picks it up, kicks it in towards centre half forward. Summerton with pace. Is it centre half back, Greg Summerton? Very, very good player too. Straight into the centre of the ground. Murat popping in front of Downs. Downs tapping it forward. Barbary recovering. It's a little bit better movement by the little rover. Whittlesey, he'll go straight for the goal square. Give Davies another one out. Can't mark it. Derrington, goal. Well done, Rick Davies. Popping himself in front, forcing Peter Winter to tap it down. And Jimmy Derrington in the front of the pack took hold of the ball and kicked the goal. Sturt 11-8, West Adelaide 9-5.
2-1 to Derrington. As Robert said, that ball coming in quickly. Davies one out. Winter back with him. And Davies was able to get it down. That, I suppose, is a typical Rovers goal. Derrington snapping from the front of the pack. That time on his wrong foot and making no mistake.
So it's Trevor Sims now in the centre of the ground against Mark Micken. Trying to keep a bit of pressure on. Micken just lays it down. Craig runs over it. Rosser tapping it on, taps it straight to Eddie Fry's leg. Zubrick can't pick it up. Eddie Fry with another opportunity, handballs it straight to Winter. Hewish, Zubrick, Fry, Craig made position to receive beautifully. Goes to centre half forward. Davies in the front, can't mark it. Peter Winter well recovered, out of side.
Zubrick's there, also Roger Winter. Hyde's getting ready to come on. Craig's having a big game. Around his body, Motley. What a mark, not paid. Not paid, played on and looked the mark to Motley. Filkey caught. Beach handballs towards the boundary line. Derrington, smothered by Micken. Micken with a left footer. Hewish is underneath it and he takes the mark on his chest.
Peter Motley seemed to have that ball at all stages, didn't he, Bruce? I think even when it hit the ground, he took possession.
Jeff Morris is off, Robert, and Hyde's on.
And Shane Hewish goes to the centre half forward area. Motley from the front. Borchardt trying to spoil.
He's lost his boot, Robert, Motley.
He's going to get it in quickly if he should try to get in quickly. Give Davies a chance. Davies is right under the ball. Free kick against him. Peter Winter. Randall Bennett.
Bennett from the pocket. West going around the boundary line at the moment. Burgess with a fly. Grosser with a long handball. Now, will it sit for Somerton? It didn't. Grosser chipped in. Filkey. Heinrich. Long handball to Graham. Graham just waits for it. Peter Winter around his body. And finds McKinnon. McKinnon with one bounce. Now two. Drop punt. Mickens underneath it with Downs. Mickens takes the mark and plays on. Conlon had a missed kick. Downs caught. Still working in front of him. Got three opponents against him. Little Conlon sells one dummy. Then floats one to the pocket. Lindner's with it, and also Luders. Luders to Lindner. Fries with him all the way. Still Lindner. Now Conlon. Now Reid. Still no ball up. Letting it go. That's the way we like to see it. Downs. He still can't get it up.
He's panicking.
Can you get a kick, Robert?
Yes, I can. Here comes Eddie Fry. Wished I could get a kick. Eddie Fry, he's also panicking. Of course, there's a lot of players back behind the play. And Eddie Fry kicks it out of bounds on the full. I don't know what Sturt were panicking about. They had that well under control with ball in hand. Looking for the umpire to give him a hand. Bruce Lindner's tackled too high as he comes back through the pack. Brendan Howard chipping in front of Mike Smith. It was well done. Howard comes into the centre. It was a beautifully placed kick to Michael Graham. Graham's taken off. Oh, what a great player Somerton is. He forced him. Sims, Craig, Heinrich, running on Bennett. Did it beautifully. Westies have put the pressure on and they've caused an error. Well played, West Adelaide. Beach gives it to Candleftis. He has an airy. Filkey high in the air. Davies is behind. He's worked to the front. He lays it off. Derrington comes in quickly, gives it to Motley. Motley just steadies quietly. What a magnificent goal. You can't buy those.
What a goal. Peter Motley's got his first. Candleftis is in some sort of trouble. He was the man that made the mistake. Candleftis in the hands of the trainer. Davies tried to lay it down to Derrington. Derrington was able to get it to Motley. Motley's goal was absolutely out of this world.
I've never seen anything like that. He did it in slow motion, Bruce.
Candleftis is coming off.
It's an arm injury of some description.
So Morris or Fulting have to come on. The Blues are in front, 12-8 to 9-5. We've got a bit of excitement at Football Park.
Hyde gives it to Derrington. Derrington to Wilson. Wilson to half forward, and Larry Watson dropping into the half-back line takes a well-judged mark. So it's Larry Watson from half-back. John Candleftis looking very properly as he comes off. It'll be Jeff Morris to go back on. Eddie Fry lost a little bit of confidence. Neil Craig working very hard to receive across the centre. He's had a bounce. Shepherded by Zubranik. Craig sidesteps. He's lined him up. Zubranik's in his road. Davies from the back. Can't take the mark. I don't know what he's trying to do. Whatever he did, he kicked it behind. And so that's a behind to Rick Davies. His third. Behind, that is. He's also kicked 6 goals. So it's 12-9 to 9-5.
Beach on a lead. Morris, who's just come on. Filkey. Still Filkey. And now a ball in. Into time on in the second quarter. Been a very good first half of football. 12-9 to 9-5. Some of the football has been memorable. It's Sims and Hyde. Hyde won it. Bennett, Wilson, Sims, Davies and Winter. Davies not quite. Muret getting back to help. Barbary tried to get a snap away. The Jumbo Prince can't quite get it to the goal square. Barbary's got the chance now though. Runs around. High left footer. And it'll be a ball in.
Can't understand why Craig Barbary didn't keep running then, Bruce. He put himself into a leg, came right out to the front of the goal. He could have kept running up to the centre half forward almost, around the front of the 10-metre square. He panicked a little, and she's out of bounds. Davies laying it back. It's a beautiful knock to Motley. Motley just half gets rid of it to Derrington. He's disposed of with a push in the back. Ian Borchardt, a little careless there. He's running straight into the back of the player. A bit of discretion he needed. It's 26 minutes gone, and Jim Derrington with an opportunity. Sturt 3 goals, 4 in front. And another goal would be very advantageous to them at this point.
Neil Curley's put Larry Watson in the back pocket, Robert, out of the centre.
I thought you were going to say out of the road. That's almost a goal. It's not quite. It must have just about gone over the top of the post. Not quite in there by James Derrington. 2 goals, 2 to him. 12-10 to Sturt. 9-5 to West Adelaide.
Winter. Muret gave him a lead. It didn't make it to him, though. Heinrich with Muret to Grosser. Grosser with a drop punt. Micken, who's been having a bit of a spell. Oh, Downs, that was a splendid mark in the front. Great grab by Downs.
Great leap, Andrew Downs.
Short to Pake. Pake's found some form today. Fry loves to run. Beautiful kick. Davies gives Winter a little shove. Almost took the mark.
He's getting a bit tired, Bruce. He can't hold them now. He would have plucked that in the first quarter.
Watson with 1 bounce. McKinnon has Morris running. He'll come to the centre by the look of it. He's got Conlon or Roger Winter. Roger Winter takes the mark. So Roger Winter through the centre and now with a left footer.
Eddie Fry can't get it. It bounces past him. Jeff Morris to Lindner. Spoiled away by Reid. Morris follows on. Well done. He went for a back screwy. He missed it. He kicked the wrong end of the ball. And it's floated out of bounds on the full. It would have been a very handy goal for West Adelaide. Beautifully done by Morris till it came to the finishing off department. Shane Hewish to centre wing. Downs from the back with Pake. And Pake's marked it. Gives it to Wilson. Well done, Conlon. Beautiful interception. And he picks up the ball now, recovers his own bit of good play. It comes off hands and through for a behind to West Adelaide. Well played by Conlon. He anticipated that handball. So it's 9-6 to 12-10. Sturt leading by 3 goals 4.
Reid down the centre. Pake's underneath it. McKinnon takes a good mark. An exciting player, a rookie McKinnon in his first season. Lindner gives him the lead. Not quite. Then fell over. Muret. Then Shepherd's for Smith. Now Smith's a good kick for goal normally. That's going to go very quick. Frank Spiel against Mark Micken. Micken wins the tap. Bennett. Just out of form at the moment, Randall Bennett. And again a ball up. Very good first half of football. Sturt kicking 12 goals 10. West Adelaide 10 goals 6. Cantor left the ground in the second quarter. Looked like a collarbone or maybe a shoulder. Larry Watson in the back pocket. Micken tries to force it through. Derrington's there. Derrington had a very good first half. Davies kicked 6 goals in that first half. And once again a ball up in the centre.
Spill from behind. McKinnon can't take possession. No more can Derrington or Roger Winter get a clear giveaway. So bounce down again. Just slightly towards the West Adelaide goal. Spill tapping it out to Wilson. Wilson high. Morris dropping back. Takes it in his hands. Juggled mark. Conlon running quickly out to the member stand wing. Create a bit of space. He moves on quickly. And he's out of balance. Knocked back by Faulting. Derrington recovers quickly. Derrington takes possession. Gets a free kick for around the neck. The umpire's going to get all technical again after half-time. The second quarter, they really let the game go after being really on the job in the first quarter.
Drop punt. Motley from the back. What a player. Beautiful leap. Superb pair of hands. Drop punt. Davies on a lead. Winter at the back. Still with Winter. Did that well. To his brother Roger. To Beach. To Morris. Morris has got the pace, but Derrington kept with him. Pake dropped it. Still Pake. And Pake will get a free kick.
That hurt Tim Pake. Jeff Morris going to hit him right in the head. Deserved to be hurt, I suppose, the way he went on about it. Grant Zubranick and Jeff Morris. Grant Zubranick a bit upset that Jeff Morris had a go at Tim Pake, but Tim Pake caused the problem by fumbling that ball when it came towards him. Pake to centre wing. Spill from behind. Micken's made front position since the first quarter. That handball's a little bit loose to Borchardt, but he recovers and gives it across to Beach. And Beach now with an opportunity to go forward for West Adelaide. And John Faulting across the forward line takes the mark at half forward.
It's a prodigious kick, Robert. nearly get this if he gets onto it.
Right in the square. Reed from behind, just tapping it forward for a rush behind to West Adelaide. It's their first score for the quarter. They're 10-7, Sturt 12-10.
Peter Reed to bring it back in. In a high-scoring game, Neil Curley looking on. Have a few injury problems just at the moment, West Adelaide. Conlon in the front spot. He and Derrington have been the best two rovers on the ground.
It's a tired kick from Peter Reed.
13th kick for Conlon coming up. It's almost like David and Goliath with Spiel on the mark with those big arms in the air. Poor old Bernie wouldn't be able to see very much. What's he going to try? Drop punt. Timed it beautifully. Kicked it strongly and hit the post. Lovely kick from the little fella, Robert. 2 goals, 1 to Conlon.
Yes, well timed. He didn't try to force it. Just let it go right in there. He took the shortest way home, which was that near post. Just couldn't quite keep the ball strong enough for the distance, and it just faded into the post. That's a better kick from Peter Reed. Spiel in front this time. Derrington off hands. Gives it across to Zubernick running down the ground. He goes for Craig. He's a beautiful handballer. There's Zubernick. Craig judging his pace nicely. In towards Davies. Intercepted though by Beach. And then it's given away by Burgess. Heinrich can't get it this time. Burgess is tackled. He handballs it forward. Graham gives it back to Barbary. Barbary sees a player on his own up there in Philip Heinrich. And he takes the mark on the body. 20 metres from goal. And Sturt with a chance now to reply to that behind from West Adelaide. This could be their score, first score for the quarter. If Philip Heinrich can convert, he should be able to from 20 metres. Played a very good game. He dropped the ball like a bag of spuds. Kicked it with his shin, but he's kicked it accurately for full points. So it's 13-10 to 10-8. Sturt leading.
2 goals to Heinrich. Barbary had enough time there. Graham giving him the ball. He was on his left foot, probably just too far out to score. So he steadied up, went to his right foot, and found Heinrich in the pocket.
So Frank Spiel and Mark Micken. Frank Spiel back on the ground for a run after Trevor Sims had a bit of a go. And Graham Hyde's had a bit of a workout for West Adelaide. But the 2 leading ruckmen are back on the ground now. Whittlesey appeared to have a hand held then when going for the ball. He's had a bit of the fumbles in the centre of the ground. Probably the game a little bit faster in there for him than it has been in the back pocket where he's used to playing. Promoted to the centre today. For Sturt, they're fielding a very strong, well-balanced team, it would appear. The young fellow's being given pride of place as West Adelaide go forward to John Faulting. It's a very good kick, as Bruce has already mentioned to you. Controlled kick to half forward. Jeff Morris will receive a free kick. Grant Zubernick losing his cool. Just running straight into Morris. All he had to do was try and just take the ball away. Ran into the body. That's an interference. Not on the ball.
Morris today has kicked 1 goal 1. It was a beautiful kick from a similar distance out the goal. Drop punt. Straight through. 2 to Morris. Quick reply by West Adelaide. 11-8 to 13-10.
There's little mistakes by Grant Zubernick. Very costly for his team. Well, there's no guarantee that Jeff Morris was going to mark it, even though he was in very good position to receive an excellent pass from the centre of the ground. And his kick, of course, was the kicks you like to see, and you know that Jeff Morris can do. Very firm, punched kick, about halfway up the goal, carrying the full distance.
Micken and Spiel in the centre, 13-10 to 11-8. 14 points of difference. Spiel won that one. McKinnon used his body against Whittlesey. Barbary over the top of it. As Conlon was breaking clear, the umpire called it up.
Yeah, I think Whittlesey had hold of McKinnon that time. They're in a bit of a close tussle there in the centre. Spiel and McKinnon. Spiel down to Barbary. Nearly kicked the ball. Went around his body to half back. Pake on the check side. He's in trouble. Runs away, just gets enough power into the kick. Barbary fumbles again. Long handball by Fry to Zubernick. Zubernick across to Graham. Graham now with an opportunity to go to Davies, low and quickly. And he does just that. A bit of a routine training play there. Davies timed his lead. And of course, Graham with a magical foot pass. So Rick Davies is having a bit of trouble kicking since the first quarter. I think that left knee, you can see it's got a little strapping around it. And And that's the knee, the leg he has to balance on when he kicks, and he tends to miss kick a little bit. She's worked on that one. It's a goal. Full points to the Sturt skipper. 14-10. West Adelaide 11-8.
7 goals to Davies. That ball's coming from Pake. He just got enough power on it, as Robert said. It finally got to Fry. Fry to Zubernick. Zubernick across to Graham. And Graham right down Davies' throat.
Frank Spill giving a few instructions in the centre, trying to get his players where he wants them. Let's see whether he can knock it there. He hasn't touched it on that occasion. Micken's too good for him. Bennett coming onto his natural leg, comes to the half-forward line. Fry from behind. One hand, but Smith's too good on the recovery. He's tackled. Fry trying to get hold of West Adelaide player Muret, who gives it to Morris, and all he's got to do is kick it straight, and he hasn't quite got the line. Bad luck for Westies. 2-2 to Morris. 11-9 to 14-10. Sturt holding a 3 goals, 1 lead.
19 points is Reid. The control drop punt. Spiel and Micken. Spiel in the front spot. Fry. Miss kick. Morris and Zubernick. Free kick going to Zubernick that time.
She's a bit fortunate, I thought. Zubernick misread completely the flight of the ball in, Bruce. It floated back in towards Jeff Morris. Then I thought he might have grabbed Jeff Morris. Maybe interfered a little bit earlier.
Drop punt. In the front, Spiel to Craig. 1 bounce. A floater. And getting back, Watson takes a fine mark. Then plays on. Puts himself under a bit of pressure. Borchard, Motley over the top. Little handball by Beach. Set Roger Winter up. Craig Barbary, handball straight to Randall Bennett. Opposition player, of course. Bennett's kick not good. Eddie Fry takes the mark. That little short kick, Robert, getting West into trouble there.
He punched it a bit. Eddie Fry dropped back well then. He anticipated the ball going a bit longer. Smith wanted it short. Summerton now for West Adelaide. Short. Nice control. Jeff Morris. Morris to half forward. Muret from behind. Can't quite complete the mark. Luders. He's tackled. It's a play-on decision in the first place. Should never have been given a holding the ball decision. Handball by Fry to Pake. Pake to Zubernick. He has to look behind him. I don't blame him because it's a shocking handball. Zubernick over the top to Motley. And the ball's run out of bounds. Sturt don't seem to be able to handball it to one another when they're running in the same direction as the ball's going. They're having a little bit of strife doing that. Missing the body.
Spiel and Micken together. 19 points of difference. Micken almost a Borchard. He then grabbed Filkey. Grosser punches a long one to Watson. Bennett. Set Burgess up. Now here's a goal for Davies. Wilson will go to Davies. He's kicked 7. He's now kicked 8. Bang. Through. 8 to the Jumbo Prince. That's a smile, a big smile for him. And 15-10 to 11-9.
Beautifully evaded there by Ray Wilson as he came around the pack. Philip Heinrich was the one who started all. He got across quickly to Larry Watson, put enough pressure on him to force his handball a little bit faster than Larry would have liked. He got the ball back up towards the centre, and finally the West Adelaide defence trying to do a half volley, and Ray Wilson, when the ball hit the ground, swooped on it and just kicked it over to Rick, and then Rick put himself well under the flight and tried to take it on the run to the goal, which he did well.
Spiel and Micken together. Spiel didn't do that all that well. McKinnon had his kick smothered by Wilson. Graham. Summerton takes a chance and does it well. Should have got a free kick, I thought, for legging. Still at centre half forward and a ball up. Sturt on top, Robert, at the moment. They've pinched a break.
There's that handball again I was telling you about, Bruce. When they were running towards goal, they're missing the body by many, many metres, and that's, I think, the thing that's costing them a little. Frank Spill trying to find his teammates. Michael Graham long. Well read, though, by Summerton. Barbary. Still Sturt with a chance. He's found a bit of space to Wilson. Wilson to Pake. Pake on the left leg. Well done by Beach. So it's Mark Beach now from defence to half forward. In front's Muret. Downs from behind. Howard. The Prey Fisherman. Downs. Lovely tackle. That's Roger Winter. Muret. Faulty, dodging shadows. They're getting pretty long at the moment too as the sun settles in the west, and high in the air, Roger Luders. Luders on quickly. Fry getting back again as he did a moment ago. Jeff Morris coming in for an easy one. So easy, in fact, he's missed it. Jeffrey Morris, cut your leg off. 11-10 to 15-10.
Yes, he'd want to forget that one. Absolute gimme goal. 2-3 to Morris. He's winning his wing, Robert. He's getting a lot of kicks.
He's getting into the forward line quickly on that side, Bruce. He's good into attack. His defensive action's not so good. Both he and Grant Zubrnik are getting hold of balls a little bit apart from each other.
Reed with a floater. Graham and Roger Winter. Still Roger Winter.
Eddie Fry was hacked around the head on that fly out then, Bruce.
Lindner, well done, Peter Reid. He's playing a good game on Bruce Lindner. Wilson towards the pocket as Michael Graham's in some trouble at centre half back. In fact, he looks to be in all sorts of bother.
I thought it was Eddie Fry. Have another look. That's what I said a minute ago. I think he's been hacked down on that. No, you're quite right. Michael Graham it is. I thought it was Eddie that went for the mark. It was Michael Graham.
They're calling for the stretcher, Robert. Michael in trouble. 257th game for the club today.
When that ball came in, he was hit fairly high around the head. I don't know what's happened, but he came down very awkwardly when he flew for the kick out. Peter Reid's kicking in hasn't been very good.
No, he's not getting a lot of punch on his kicks, Reid. They're floating. Now Hutton's getting himself ready on the boundary line.
Yeah, since half-time, he's been a little bit loose.
So Michael Graham, as I said earlier, 257th game today for the club.
I would say I would have thought he had concussion, but he may have hurt his leg. Just have a look there, Bruce.
Yeah, they're very... I think it is his leg, Robert, the way they're holding him. Left leg, I would think. He's now on the stretcher. Just lifted him onto the stretcher. And they'll bring the Sturt champion off.
Russell Hutton doing a few stretches there a moment ago. So they're carrying Michael Graham off. We'll see what's wrong with him. So Russell Hutton will go on. Just where they'll play him remains to be seen. They could play him in the back pocket and perhaps put Brendan Howard up to half forward to play as a run-on player. They could run on Philip Heinrich. Fairly mobile team, Sturt. A lot of shorter players, just like Nord, and just like West Adelaide. West Adelaide have a lot of very mobile players.
Michael Graham. The game goes on. Smith over the back. Grosser runs into the pocket and then kicks her behind. Point to Leon Grosser. It's his first score today. So it's 11-11 to 15-10. Sturt leading by 23 points as Eddie Fry is going to kick the ball in.
Eddie Fry from full back. Russell Hutton at half forward, replacing Michael Graham. Downs from behind, flies high. Free kick to Micken. Front man. Awarded the kick down again. It's too tall for Downs. Very good fly. Micken goes right in towards Conlon. Wilson coming up from the wing. Conlon can't complete the mark. Howard knows that Fry's behind him. That was well done. Fry's in trouble. Oh, very good reflex by Wilson to Pake. Pake to Craig. He's found the body. Sturter into attack again through half forward through Craig. His kick's bad. Borchardt. McKinnon. Centre half forward. Pake under the ball. Can't take the mark. Winter makes the yards to get there. Reid. There's a stalemate on the half forward line for West Adelaide.
Western attack. Finding goals harder to get today than normally. Kicked a lot more goals than any other side in the competition. Spiel did it nicely. Gives Craig the chance. Neil Craig playing a great game. To Jim Derrington. Grosser runs him towards the boundary line. Still Craig. Bennett. One bounce. Drop punt. Smith, Howard dropped in the front spot. Conlon with a snap. Giving Roger Winter a chance. Willett set. Fries back with him. Luders runs into Winter. Howard comes out with it. Then has an airy. It's Morris and Zubrnik. Zubrnik, is that deliberate? No, sir, the umpire says, and he'll throw it in.
It was well controlled, wasn't it? So out of bounds in the forward pocket for West Adelaide. Shane Hewish. Zubrnik. Pake. goes straight down the ground. McKinnon coming in. One of the few marks that have been played like that today. So Robin McKinnon plays on. He's got a bit of pace. Whittlesey tries to block off the boot unsuccessfully. Pate dropping back. Spoils away. Smith, his handball's intercepted. Ray Wilson. Craig Filkey giving a lead at half forward. Watson hangs on. Filkey just holds his balance. Well done, Filkey. One out now to Davies. And Winter. Off hands.
Burgess. His boot went a lot further than the ball.
40 metres.
Now Hutton. Borchardt. Muret getting back to help.
That was bad play by Barbary. I don't know what he thought then. He could have marked it on his chest, Bruce.
Muret towards the boundary line. Peter Winter. Controlled left foot, and McKinnon getting some kicks in the centre on Whittlesey. Michael Graham, we've just been told, has a suspected broken leg. Not confirmed, of course. Faulting with a high one. Lindner hasn't been able to really have any impact on the game, and it'll be a ball in.
So Craig Barbary making a very bad error in there on the forward line. A beautiful kick by Russell Hutton across to him. Made no effort to even go for the mark, and West Adelaide have rebounded again up to the half-forward line. Downs over the back, kicked off the ground by Faulting. Winter trying to get to it, but Hewish intercepts and just taps it out of bounds again. Gives Sturt a bit more time to take a breath.
Goals a lot harder at the moment, Robert, than they were earlier in the game.
Players getting tired. The first half was played at a cracker pace. Beautiful knock back there. Zubrinik gives it to Reid. Reid through to half forward. That's a better kick by Peter Reid. Motley from the front. Done it again. Borchardt hanging on. Peter Motley moving back a little bit more quickly this time. There's a 15-metre penalty there. Not paid as Conlon moves within 10 metres of the mark, and it's kicked to full forward. Davies from the front. Can't complete the mark. Barbary takes it. All he's got to do is kick to the square. He wants a favourable bounce, and he's kicked it out of bounds. Craig Barbary not playing with the intention to finish off his play as he might. Lets West Adelaide have a chance and a breather in the back pocket.
Davies and Winter. That's where Davies is very, very good normally. Muret comes in to help. Davies over the back. Heinrich. He's got Derrington if he wants him. He can have a kick himself, and he's put it through. Heinrich's playing a good game. That's his third. Sturt get a big, big grip on this. It's 16-10 to 11-11.
There's Rick Davies flying then. Done some wonderful work. He hit that ball back over the top. And Philip Heinrich recovered the ball. Had an opportunity to give a quick one to Jim Derrington. Feinted the handball, then turned around, kicking it over his shoulder, and accurately. And it's 16-10 to 11-11. Sturt 5 in front.
Sturt going like winners at the moment. Downs going back to full back as Luders goes to full forward. Micken, Muret, Conlon. Biggest kick getter on the ground. Towards Luders. And Luders is going to get the free kick. Just been told, Robert, good news about Michael Graham, that we were told a suspected broken leg. I've just been told from Ashley Porter of the news that it's just bruising. So that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yes, if that's what it is, it'll be good. He's obviously able to stand up. Roger Luders, long and strong, not straight. One behind, 11-12. West Adelaide getting more shots now. They're gradually creeping into the game. They seem to be doing okay to me. 23 shots to 26. They've just got to finish off a couple of their plays, and the miss a little while ago by Jeff Morris, not good. Neil Craig trying to take it in his hands rather than on the body. Well done, Derrington. Craig, Fry, Hewish, beautiful take. Doesn't give the handball on the up to Pake. As a result, he's left Rosser on his own at half forward if they can rebound. West Adelaide quickly, they've got Smith up there. Fry's got to cover area. Tony Burgess.
Has Conlon short, bad kick. Whittlesey was able to chip in.
Still got the fumbles.
Beach, played a good game, Beach. So's Conlon to Beach. Now he's got Bennett, he only has to go with a long handball. And Bennett's got a paddock. He should use it. To McKinnon. Put McKinnon under a bit of pressure. Downs from the front.
It's the way to go for a ball.
Luders with him. Peter Reid. Bruce Lindner. He's going to get a free kick.
Well, that's an unbelievable decision because the player, instead of diving on top, Bruce Lindner playing with the ball on the ground. The player just hanging on to him.
Burgess off, Hyde on. Lindner's kicked 2-2 today. Now, West LA want this. This is a A really important kick for them. Drop punt. He's missed. It's a behind. 2-3 to Lindner. And it's 11-13 to 16-10.
Bruce Lindner not aiming for the right place, I'm sure. He's just kicking the ball, aiming for the centre of the goal, getting a bit tired. So Downs from full-back. Spill from the front. Eddie Fry takes the mark. Well done. So Eddie Fry from half-back for Sturt. To the centre wing. Ball fading very quickly near the end of its path. Motley making a lot of yards. Getting a favourable ball flight due to that missed kick by Eddie Fry. Ian Borchardt running over the mark yet again. Over on the other side of the ground in the centre square is Jim Derrington, but Peter Murat just noticed him, perhaps keeping an eye on him. It's a beautiful kick by Motley over half forward. One arm for the ball end by Conlon. Craig's got it. Handballs it nowhere in particular. And there's a deliberate out of bounds again. It's a player making no effort. Seems to be becoming part of the game.
Davies' handball to Craig then was outstanding. It's Micken and Davies. Micken lays it off. Watson to Murat. Murat's played in a variety of positions today. Now Fulton. He had to take that. Wilson. Pake will have the pace. Derrington tucks it under his arm. Then does a little left-footed at Barbary, but they're mucking around a bit there, Sturt. Bennett. Whittlesey. McKinnon. Crashes his way through.
Whittlesey's hardly touched the ball, Bruce. He had another area then.
Fulton. Watson went behind him. Again, Whittlesey. Might be a bit tired, Robert, playing in the centre today. That was better. To Heinrich. Heinrich goes directly to Davies.
Rick Davies, 8 goals. Half Sturt's goals tally. 8 goals, 3 in fact. Beautiful pass by Philip Heinrich, and what a wonderful game Heinrich's played in that forward pocket. His advantage play has been terrific. His value is what you'd expect from a good forward pocket player. He's worked hard. Davies with an opportunity for 9. Sturt for 17. Davies pulling across his body. It's just held its line enough. Rick Davies kicks his 9th. Sturt get their 17th. There's 17 goals, 10. Leading West Adelaide, 11-13. And there's Bruce McAvaney in 10 years' time.
17-10 to 11-13. I hope not. Davies has kicked 9 today. Heinrich finished it off. Sturt were making errors, and he went straight to Davies, and he took the mark.
Frank Spiel and Mark Micken in the centre. Spiel doesn't get it. Well done, Micken. Spiel above him, but Micken's timing superb. Ball bouncing everywhere. Eddie Fry. Got a bit of confidence together, Eddie. This kick not going wide enough. He didn't have a look. Randall Bennett recovering to the receive that rebound first. Well done. Strong and high in towards Luders. Downs from the front. Hewish with a good take to Eddie Fry. The Sturt defence are playing absolutely superbly at the moment. Long kick to Motley. It's fading away. This time away from Peter Motley. The previous one favouring him slightly, and it's gone out of bounds between centre wing and half forward for Sturt. Sturt leading 17-10 to 11-13.
Micken and Spiel together. Sturt has taken a big grip on this game in this term. Micken won it. Borchardt round his body. This is where West seem to be failing. Bennett. Reed beautifully to Fry. To Zubranic. That half back line to Sturt's a big winner. Heinrich. Derrington. It floated over his head, and it'll be a ball in.
Peter Reed's played a very good game in defence today. He's a very talented young player, Peter Reed. Sturt, in fact, have got some very talented boys. They're all very good hands players. Reed, Downs and Hewish. And this dry conditions suiting them down to the ground.
Borchardt, Grosser to Beach, to Murat. Goes wide. Now, Conlon's got to wait for the bounce. Pate took the chance. Howard held ground beautifully. Still with Howard and Conlon. And it'll be a ball up. Well done, Brendan Howard. Because Fielding was on then. Micken and Spiel dash up from a 50 metres away to take the bounce. Howard stood his ground.
He's playing nothing.
Pate with a high handball to Heinrich. Philip Heinrich's had a big return to league football today. Craig on a lead. Watson takes the mark.
Larry Watson just backward of half-back. Bad kick. Let's see if he ever get himself settled. So Grant Zubranick, he's got Heinrich right across the ground if he wanted to kick to the space over there. Leon Grosser alert, covers that one. Straight to Davies. Winter gets a run. Craig. Hutton gives it to Filkey. Filkey's only going to get it forward. Motley's up there with his hands out. It's a goal, just helps it on its way. The ball running through. Motley kicks his second. Sturt their 18th. They're 18 goals 10. Leading West Adelaide 11 goals 13.
Motley with 2 goals. That ball coming from Filkey, bouncing in the goal square. Motley decided against grabbing it. The soccer was good enough, and it went through, and the young champion has kicked 2 goals, and he's winning that centre-half forward position.
Tony Burgess has come back onto the ground into the forward line. John Faulting's gone off. It would seem that Tony Burgess is still not in the best of condition. Maybe West Adelaide have been forced to play him this afternoon because of a lack of height and severe injury to their defence. As Leon Grosser goes forward, and Eddie Fry becomes super confident on that half-back line. The kick's coming in a little bit loosely now. And Eddie Fry, reading the opposition kick very well, goes to the centre wing. Front position there to Sturt, look like Russell Hutton. Russell Hutton quite happy to let Peter Motley have the kick, even though he didn't mark it. Good grab by Russell Hutton. Hutton to half forward. Derrington in front. Watson now edging around. Well done. Borchardt getting one of his few touches for the day. Handballed away by Watson and Hill. Free kick to Larry Watson. Just where he had a free kick from a few moments ago. Greg Whittlesey giving away 15 metres.
Watson from half-back. Great pressure on West Adelaide at the moment. Top of the ladder. Micken takes a strong mark. This star-studded forward line of West Adelaide hasn't fired today. Tapping on cleverly. That was better by Burgess. Or Smith could have kicked the goal. He decided to go to Conlon. Conlon's marked, and now he'll kick the goal, and through it goes. Conlon has kicked 3. West get 1 against the Tide. They're 12-13. Sturt 18-10.
That was a very good bit of play by West Adelaide there, but Bruce, we've watched football matches this year and we've seen it happen today. I don't know whether the umpires have changed this decision on this, but when players have the ball on the ground and they scoop it up to their opponent, the umpires today have not penalised that particular thing, and earlier in the year we've seen it done. It's stopped the run of the game for the team doing it, but that was a very good bit of team play resulting from that scoop, and now Westie's still hanging in there.
They've kicked 2-7 West in this quarter to 6 straight by Sturt. That's been the difference. Muret, McKinnon, Conlon might have gotten his road. Wilson, 1 bounce. Derrington. Motley's in the pocket. Geez, a great mark, Robert.
Oh, unbelievable. From the front, all the time.
Now he's got Davies 1 out. Rick sets himself. And this is going to be number 10.
Don't bet on it. Just holding the ball, the umpire paying it on that occasion. It's the second mark that the umpire has paid, and it's been spoiled just after take. It happened to West Adelaide on the wing a moment ago, whereas in the first half, they've made the players grab it very strongly. So John Halbert, hands clasped. Davies for 10 as the siren goes. He's got half hour to kick it. He can take all 3/4 time if he likes.
Halbert not looking. Davies has had 10 marks, 16 kicks. He's kicked 9. Here he goes. He's kicked 10. 10 to the Jumbo Prince. And the Double Blues complete a magnificent quarter, and they lead 19-10 to 12-13.
Start of the last quarter. West Adelaide 12-13, trailing Sturt 19-10. Sturt had a wonderful third quarter, kicking 7 straight goals, whilst West Adelaide could add only 2-7. Sturt immediately into attack through Whittlesey. Davies in front spot. He's kicked 10. He doesn't touch that ball. Larry Watson running the ball through the behinds. First score of the quarter to Sturt. 19-11 they lead, and West Adelaide 12-13.
That's the first point Sturt has kicked in this, or not even kicked in this half. Rushed through. Burgess. Borchardt. He's had his colours lowered today at centre half back. That's his second kick. Mike Smith. He's got McKinnon running at centre half forward. High drop punt. Muret set. Pake. Free kick.
Beach has been moved to centre-half back onto Motley. Borchardt onto the ball.
So Bennett chips away. Hides up at full forward by the look of it. Pake did that nicely. And then with a high one. Motley and Beach. Beach took off early. Barbary to Motley. Motley with a long drop punt. That is going to go through. Oh, can he play? That's his third. And it's 20-11 to 12-13.
That is a magnificent bit of footy by Peter Motley. Beach flew up his back, offset him at centre-half forward, and as quickly as the ball hit the ground, Peter Motley's recovery was to the fall of the ball, which was some 15 metres behind him, and he just showed Mark Beach a clean pair of heels. What a magnificent bit of play. We've watched him all the afternoon mark like we've never seen people mark since Rick Davies at his absolute best, and now on the ground we see him recovering to excite us with just another facet of his play.
Spiel and Micken, in a long time since we've seen a player like Motley. Spiel with a tap. Craig. Pake is growing in confidence, Pake, with a floater. Motley at the back. Roger Winter. Left foot. Zubernick.
Brad Zubernick from centre wing. Philip Heinrich out on the flank. Davies it goes to. From the front, off hands. Barbary can't take possession. Peter Winter recovering, he can't. Motley, Barbary, running around, gives the handball over to Derrington. Derrington with an opportunity. He's missed. So a point to Sturt, 20 goals, 12 they lead. West Adelaide, 12 goals, 13.
2-3 to Derrington. West Adelaide has been on top of the ladder since the first game. They'll probably be still there tonight, but they're going to be beaten. Tapped away. Wilson. And it'll be a ball in. Sturt leading by almost 8 goals in what one must consider to be at least a minor upset.
Bruce Lynn has been shifted back to centre-half forward. He and Roger Lewis have been shifted around in the forward line. McKinnon gets the ball over to Conlon. Conlon goes into centre-half forward to Reid. Linder in front. Contests it beautifully. He's a very good competitor for the ball. Smith doesn't give him the handball, then goes back to him. Linder evades. Got an opportunity to go accurately forward to Jeff Morris. It was Jeff Morris that probably set West Adelaide back in that third quarter with a disastrous miss in the early part from about 15 metres out, running into an open goal. He's got to kick this because West Adelaide have got to kick 8.
He has kicked today, Robert, 2-3 and had 15 kicks.
He's kicked one out of bounds on the full.
And has kicked very accurately from a standing start. That's straight through, so 3 goals, 3 to Morris. And West Adelaide 13-13, Sturt 20-12.
Yes, West Adelaide moved very well into attack then. Smith up in the centre line. Ignored the first run pass by Bruce Linder. Then dummied back towards him. Gave the ball to him, and of course Linder, who had originally competed for the ball that Smith took off hands, finished the play. And Michael Graham, we see in the box there, having been carried off on a stretcher earlier, seems to be looking okay with a badly bruised leg.
Spiel and Micken, just over 4 minutes gone. Bounce favouring West Adelaide's end. Craig and Micken in the centre with Derrington, and again a ball up. So West Adelaide trailing by 7 goals. Had some injury problems today. Cantalaftis left the field in the second quarter. Spiel and Micken, also they lost Williams before the game. Bennett. Conlon. Caught. Still Conlon. Gets a free kick.
Greg Whittlesey still not able to take possession of the ball at the moment. Being put in the centre of the ground today. He seems to be a little bit out of sorts. Beautiful kick forward by Conlon. West Adelaide through Borchardt. Just in front of Smith. Hughes puts a hand on the ball, knocking it towards the boundary line and out of bounds. So Sturt have been able to really compete very well in defence today. Tim Pake's returned to a little bit of form. And the players with their high leaping, Downs and Hewish, have certainly done a pretty good job for them in defence.
Luders taps it on. Smith. Pake stopped him in his tracks. Still with Smith. Still Smith. Downs and Pake with him, and it's going to be a ball up. 132 to 91. Hyde. Downs. Hyde won it. Muret and Hewish. It's a jump ball in basketball, both having hold of it, and again it's going to be a ball down.
Yeah, bounce ball in football. As Frank Spill sitting back at the centre on Mark Micken, showing a little bit of discipline, not tempted to go into defence. Downs flying for the knockdown there for Sturt. Reed falling on top of the ball. Gets a free kick for in the back. One of those very doubtful ones, I feel. So Peter Reed played very well today for the Blues. Straight up the centre of the ground towards Spiel and Micken. Micken from behind. Comes to ground. Ball falls out of his hands. Ray Wilson working hard. He's tackled. No opportunity to get rid of the ball. So Sturt lead 20 goals, 12, 132 to West Adelaide 13, 13, 91. As Spiel and Micken going for the ball in the centre of the ground. Spiel with a beautiful knock to Zubranic. Derrington running through to half forward. Motley from behind this time. Beach in front. Well done. Ball just scooted out. Beach on top of it. No one able to get it out. So it'll be another bounce down. Russell Hutton just gives the ball back to the umpire.
Micken and Spiel. Micken in the front spot. Spiel over the back. Barbary read it well. High drop punt with the left foot. A floater. Heinrich uses his body well. Getting back Watson.
Davies just can't raise a gallop at all at the moment. Bruce is really flat.
Watson with a floater. Roger Winter. Bernie Conlon had a lot of kicks. Takes Howard on. One bounce. 19th kick from Conlon. Almost Hyde. Hewish and Muret. Hewish has played a good game today. Very, very solid. Craig. Fry now to Zubranic. One bounce. Now Craig will make the space. It'll go to him. Back to Zubranic. Zubranic goes with a long one. Davies. Winter takes off early. Almost holds the mark. Over the top of the ball, it's Hutton to Filkey. Filkey with a chance to goal. Drop punt. Misses. A behind.
It's a bad miss.
2 points to Filkey. 20-13 to 13-13. 7 goals the difference.
Craig Filkey ran around that player beautifully. Then his dummy was terrific. Ran into the goal. He's usually a very good kick. That certainly would have sewn the game up for the Blues. There's 7 in front at the moment, but 8 would have been handier. Peter Winter to the outer side. Off hands to Derrington. Barbary at pace. Ran straight, kicked straight. The Blues are now 8 in front.
2-1 to Barbary. Winter's kick in. Derrington took it off hands. So Rover to Rover. Barbary really dug it in for about 5 strides and then kicked powerfully and the ball floated through. Probably the best game we've seen him play, Robert Barbary.
He has played a very good game. Although he's still made a lot of errors up forward. A couple of his mistakes have been bad, but the Blues have been so much on top. They've certainly had plenty of opportunities.
Lindner goes to full forward. Reed goes with him.
So in the centre, Hyde on for West Adelaide. Spill over the top. It's Heinrich. Whittlesey to the full forward area. Off hands from Roger Winter. Derrington. A bit of the fumbles. Keeps his arms free as he gives it back to Derrington. Derrington with a chance to the goal square. Davies in front. One hand. He puts his hand up to let everybody know he marked it. As if there was any doubt. I think he got a bit of a shock himself. But it was certainly a very good touch. Davies now aiming for number 11. What a day he's had. West Adelaide feeling the pinch of not having enough height in defence. I thought they may have tried Mark Micken back there, Bruce. But they've persevered with the little blokes. Still, they've got a few games up their sleeve. It's good experience for them, I suppose. So Rick Davies kicks number 11, I think that is. Is that right, Bruce?
11, Robert, that's right.
So it's 22-13 to 13-13.
Well, he's been a marvellous player over a long period of time for Sturt. He's produced some memorable performances. The 1976 Grand Final against Port Adelaide here at Football Park. Record crowd. Davies and Sturt took Port apart that day, and then with a one-hander in the twilight of his career, and he kicks his 11th.
So Frank Spiel again against Graham Hyde. Mark Micken at centre half forward at the moment. Neil Curley obviously worried about that position. He feels as though they're not getting enough from centre half forward as Whittlesey goes into attack again. Davies with an opportunity. You can see his acceleration. That is fantastic power. And people who think the big fella hasn't got any pace, you saw it then. Number 12, 23-13 to 13-13 as Rick Davies Davies today, just taking strong marks. Not as exciting as the old days, but his kicking has been terrific. And so Rick Davies with 12 goals, I would say an absolute delight for him. This would be definitely a personal record.
What a day for Rico. Came in and spoke to us on Channel 7 News last night, Robert, and said he was ready, Sturt were ready, and they're 10 in front. Spiel, Barbary and Hyde, and it's going to be a ball up. 12 goals to Rick Davies today, 23 to the Double Blues, and Hyde and Spiel together. Body against body, Hyde will get a free kick.
Graham Hyde from the centre of the ground. It's a long kick, covering some 60 metres into the full forward area. Linda early, Reed spoiling away. Eddie Fry certainly returned to form on this half-back line. Looks a different player altogether. Wilson to Filkey. Handballs at some 35-40 metres. Filkey's got it. Dummies back to Wilson. Wilson coming in. Goes in short to Craig. Craig now with the ball. 40 metres from goal. Sturt with an opportunity from their 24th. West Adelaide somewhat demoralised, and there's no doubt that this score is due to a tremendous defensive effort from the Sturt young players. Neil Craig just floating the ball through the centre. It's his first goal. Sturt 24th. They're 24 goals, 13. West Adelaide 13-13.
Eddie Fry's grab on that half-back flank there was magnificent. Controlled the kick. Wilson got it to Filkey. Filkey to Wilson. Craig gave him the lead, took the mark, and then converted the goal.
Frank Spill, Graham Hyde. Greg Whittlesey in the centre for Sturt. Borchardt having a run on the ball now, having played centre half back. He tries to knock it forward. It's Barbary that does it eventually. Tony Burgess from half back. It's a floating kick. And Eddie Fry, who's just dropped back behind Mike Smith all day. He hasn't given Mike Smith an opportunity to really get an attack at the goal. And that's an indication of just how confident Eddie is as he kicks it 80 metres to half forward. McKinnon, Watson, likes to try to dodge first all the time. Gives it across the beach. Diving in front there was Hutton. He couldn't get it. Picked up by Derrington. Flicks it out towards Whittlesey. Whittlesey over the top to Motley. Motley now running in towards goal. Straightens the body up. The ball floating offline and through from behind to Sturt. 24-14, leading West Adelaide 13-13.
Winter, short. Watson takes the mark. It's West Adelaide's poorest performance for the year. They played very well for a half, but it's been all one way since then. Only other loss was a kick against Norwood on that Sunday game. Morris with a long handball. McKinnon, Smith, one bounce. Two, keeps running away from the goal though.
Pake's done it beautifully though. He propped on his movement.
Now Micken. Hutton's got him. Morris, Luders, Bennett, series of handballs, then chips it, hoping it'll sit for Borchardt. Will it? It does. He snaps and just misses the captain. So West Adelaide worked really hard for that. Behind, it's 13-14 to 24-14. 11 goals the difference.
That'll be Peter Reid to bring it in. Philip Heinrich gives him a lead. Kick's not good. Heinrich from behind. Grosser can't control it. Bennett's tackled whilst not in possession. He looks a very tired player, just dribbles it on to Muret. Muret scoops it up. Howard can't get it. Now it's Grosser. He's got an opportunity. The player there in Conlon not going to meet the ball. Number one centre before Eddie Fry dives on top of the ball. As Conlon tries to dive underneath Eddie.
Robert Fry's performance since half-time has been outstanding. I thought he looked out of form early.
Well, he likes that half-back line, Bruce, and once the Sturt forward line have got on top and across the centre, they've got a few loose kicks in, and I think it's given him the opportunity to get a bit of confidence back. He's just dropped back to read the West Adelaide kick, and the West Adelaide delivery into that forward line has not been good.
Micken in the ruck. Huey shall fly against him. And Downs. Smith came over the top. Downs with a long handball to Pake. To Fry. Fry just booms a 70-metre.
Or at least.
Motley took a fly. Handball cleverly by Hutton. Zubranic Whittlesea's having a better last quarter. He couldn't make it though. McKinnon almost runs out. In fact, the boundary umpire 100 metres away says he did, and it'll be a ball in.
Now, the goal umpire said he did.
He helped him, did he?
He sure did. So it's out of bounds in the forward pocket for Sturt. Davies up there with Peter Winter. Winter takes the ball out of the air. One of the few times he's beaten Davies for the day. Kicks it to centre wing. Hewish from behind. Takes the mark. Gives it to Craig. Craig's doing a bit of stuttering there. Good one by Zubranek to Derrington. Derrington running straight at the goal. Floats it in, but inaccurately. So Jim Derrington kicks his fourth behind. He's kicked 2 goals for. 24-15 to 13-14. Sturt leading.
Winter. Hyde on a lead with Spiel and Hewish. Randall Bennett. Tony Burgess. Robin McKinnon. McKinnon's tried hard all day. One bounce. Then chips at the Luders. Luders had a quiet one. He's just lost his form at the moment. Linder gives him a lead. Luders sets him up. Reed does it well. Well, Pate's grab was good and his handball's a beauty.
That's 40 metres, that handball.
To Wilson. Motley on a lead. Burgess and Filkey. Still Filkey. Out of bounds. Ball in. So Sturt since half-time they've had a 12-5 to 3 goals 8. So that's been the difference.
Spiel and Hyde. The throw-in beats both of them. Craig throws it. The umpire, I don't know where he was. 2 hands to Wilson. Wilson to centre half forward. Greg Summerton. A quiet day. Russell Hutton certainly quietened him completely, Bruce, since he's come onto the ground and stood him when Michael Graham went off. He's kicked to centre wing. Wilson spoils Borchardt. Borchardt's in trouble, but he's too strong for Craig and gives it to Grosser. Craig should be running on the spot. He's feeling a bit tired at this stage, I'd say. It's a wobbly old kick. The delivery into the forward line has been nothing short of disgraceful for West Adelaide. So the throw in at half forward. Hewish will come across and do the rucking for not West Adelaide, for Sturt. No, he won't. Downs has decided to chip in front. Micken just lays it off. Randall Bennett into the pocket. Howard with a run. Flies early. Jumps into Smith. Marks the ball. The umpire says not within 5 metres. Free kick to Mike Smith. Smith to the goal square. No one touches it. Easy goal for Luders. And Luders makes no mistake. Scores West Adelaide's 14th goal. They're 14-14. Trailing Sturt 24 goals 15.
2 goals to Luders. Smith kicking that ball in from the pocket. Thought for a moment Luders may have missed it, but the left footer went through. So the goal sneak's got 2 today. Hasn't had a big game.
Back at the centre of the ground, Frank Spiel and Graham Hyde. Spiel lays it back towards Craig. Wilson coming across from the wing. Lovely pick-up, gaining a bit of confidence. Beautiful tackle. Ball flies out to Bennett. Umpire allowing the game to go on. That's a better kick forward by Grosser. Eddie Fry chipping in. Mike Smith, he left Mike Smith to try to contest that mark. And Smith taking advantage of the offhands. Kicks the goal. West Adelaide at 15-14. Sturt 24-15.
Better movement there by West Adelaide. 2 goals within a minute. High one coming in from Grosser. Smith read it well and then kicked truly from centre half forward. He's kicked 3 goals today, Michael Smith. West Adelaide 15-14, Sturt 24-15.
So it's Frank Spiel and Graham Hyde. Trevor Simpson warming up a moment ago to come on. Spiel trying to lay it back. Barbary picks it up. Hutton running on Whittlesea. He's even got a bit of confidence now. Davies in front. Can't take the mark. Derrington playing forward of Davies. Larry Watson making a very strong effort to make sure he runs over the boundary line. Succeeds in doing so. Made it look as clumsy as he possibly could.
159 to 104. And this is where Davies is so dangerous. He's always dangerous, but he's very good at these. West came over the back through Burgess. Grosser bounced it once, then punted the ball to the wing. Spiel's in the front. Hyde over the back. Hyde tried to force it forward. Eddie Fry, and it's going to be a ball up.
So the umpire blew that whistle, and when 2 Sturt players actually had hold of the ball, Bruce. He could have just let that go to what they sorted themselves out. Then when one hand to the other, he could have said throw.
So it's Hyde and coming over the back, Burgess. Fry smothered, still with Fry. Craig had a tremendous first half. Gets a free kick for a high tack. Tony Burgess not at all happy.
He's doing his alley. He just completed the tackle. He can't believe it. He's holding the ball as clean as a whistle. I don't think Neil Craig's got a gallop left in him.
Fry with a long one. Davies has got it. Now he's kicked 12. Tucks it under his arm. 19th kick coming up.
Number 13, unlucky for some.
12 marks. Just adjust the socks. Wipes the hand on the shorts.
I wish he'd chew that chewy a bit harder. That's what's got me a bit worried.
Got the ball set.
Chomp,
Comes
chomp.
in.
Chomp, chomp on the chewy. No, he stopped.
Here we go.
Oops.
13. 13 to the Jumbo Prince. 25-15 to 15-14.
I think Sturt were a little bit lucky then, Bruce, to get that free kick to Neil Craig on the centre wing. It's the old story. When things are going for you, I suppose you get a few breaks to make it even feel worse for the losing team. But Craig then got the ball across and Sturt ran into attack, and that kick by Eddie Fry, carrying that extra few metres just over Peter Winter's hands. And Rick Davies plucked another.
25-15, 15-14. Davies has kicked 13. He's only had one opponent. Neil Curley's had faith in keeping Peter Winter there all day. Craig to Wilson, to Pake, to Barbary. This is the double blues at their best. Davies.
They're going in just too smoothly. The kick is just perfect, spot on. This is vintage blue stuff with the handball, Bruce.
Frank Spearloff. Big Frank gets a big hand. Rick's kicked pretty straight today, Robert.
Missed a few, Bruce.
Just the 13 so far. Let's have a look from centre half forward. Drop punt. Straight through. 14 to Davies. What a performance. It's 26-15 to 15-14. Now give him a standing ovation when he comes off, Robert. And they should give 19 other double blue players one with him.
They've certainly played a lot better with their handball, their run-on since half-time. West Adelaide have been demoralised. Some of their reflex, they're playing nothing like they played last week. Last week, I thought it was an atrocious performance by the Blues. They had no teamwork whatsoever. But today, they've certainly bounced back. And the team that's been on the ground has worked very hard to get the ball from body to body with a bit more accuracy.
So it's in the centre again. Sims against Hyde. Peter Winter will remember this day for a long time. Linda tried to crash through and he'll get a free kick. All the Sturt supporters are hungry. They want more. They didn't like that. More. So Lindner, Muret on a lead. Punched away by Peter Reid, who's played a beautiful game. Conlon's left foot snap. Out of bounds on the foot. 20th kick to Conlon.
That defence has looked very good with Brendan Howard in the back pocket too. His body, his ability to block up at the correct moments, and while the other lads are flying, he reads off hands well. It's pulled away by Morris. Just hit on towards Smith. Smith comes back in towards the centre of the ground. Luder's coming across. Takes a very well-judged mark. It's a very hard ball to mark with it zipping at him like that. So Roger Luder's going for his third. West Adelaide 16th. This will be their 30th shot for goal. They're not a long way behind Sturt. They've just lacked a little bit of height in defence. Roger Luders floats the ball in, didn't kick it all that well. So he's kicked his third goal as Roger Luders. West Adelaide 16-14, trailing Sturt 26-15.
3 goals to Luders. Give him a bit of confidence next week. Probably make sure that he stays in the team. Smith's kick around his body. Luders taking a juggling mark. So it's 10 goals, won the difference.
Trevor Sims and Graham Hyde. Sims coming in. Hyde's too good. He's won every knock since Sims has been in there. Neil Craig gets a free kick. Couldn't take possession of the ball. Going to go straight into Rick Davies. No, he's not. He's going out towards Russell Hutton and Motley. Motley from the back. Off heads. Larry Watson. Tony Burgess, gone. Well done, though. Recovered as best he could. Hutton working hard. Gives it back to Whittlesey. Heinrich. Motley. Motley in for the goal. Converts his 4th goal. Sturt's 27th, 27-15 to 16-14. It's all an attacking game, and Sturt's handball now is very quick.
Well, what a performance today from 2 champion Sturt players. One proved and tested over a long period of time in Rick Davies, and the other on the way up, the 17-year-old Peter Motley. He's kicked 4 from centre-half forward in what's been a great performance, and Davies has got 14 at full forward. 2 marvellous efforts.
So Sims and Hyde. Hyde getting the knocks. Sturt getting it away. Not this time. Bruce Lindner. Long handball out over Luder's head. He's giving him the run of it, though. Onto his left foot to full forward. Eddie Fry. Mike Smith. Eddie Fry recovers. One hand held. He gets it onto his boot. So it's Randall Bennett leading in the race to the ball ahead of Ray Wilson. Bennett just taps it out to Conlon. Conlon now coming around the corner. Just goes short and inaccurately, about as inaccurately as it could be. Just showing the state of despair West Adelaide are in. They've lost their positive thinking at the moment. It's out of bounds in the forward pocket for West Adelaide.
27-15, 16-14. It's Downs and Micken. Hewish. His defence has been superb. Derrington from Howard. Ran himself out of room and then kicked the ball back to the centre. Now can Craig raise a gallop? McKinnon found Bennett. Bennett on the run. Muret and Reed. Reed's played beautifully. And he gets a free kick. She's been a good player, Robert.
He's a very talented young player. If he gets the distance, he's got Zubranik over the back. Craig running on. He's found a yard new. Passmore as he comes through the centre. Morris giving full chase. He's headed for Davies. The crowd rises in one. They're all going for Davies. Heinrich tries to keep it in and succeeds, but not now. He's going to get a free kick. So Philip Heinrich with a free kick for around the neck. He kept the ball into play.
I wonder if he'll try and give it to Rick. He's kicked 14. Until he can handball straight in. No, he'll probably kick a goal.
It's on now. The handball is on. If Davies just goes there in a minute.
Let's have a look. Will he give it to Davies? No, he's going to kick a goal.
No. He has too.
So Heinrich has kicked 4. He's played well, Robert. You could say that about a lot of players today for Sturt. 28-15 to 16-14.
At the business end of the section, which was right early in the match, Bruce, it was Philip Heinrich up forward and Rick Davies. Philip Heinrich in particular did a couple of very good little handballs, a couple of takes, and his unselfishness in that forward line. He went a long way to setting Sturt on the path to a victory here this afternoon.
This has been football at its absolute best by Sturt today. They have played as well as they played last year when they won all those games in a row. Derrington. He'll get a free kick and plays on to Craig. Now, can Davies get it?
He's such a hulk. He just holds his ground. If you try to run at him, he'll just outbody you every time.
Gee, Craig and Davies today, Robert. Now, Craig knew that Davies was going to be one out. So did Halbert, Greenslade and Cunningham, obviously.
We won't be able to shut Rick up for 6 months. Is he going to talk on the Channel 7 News again, Bruce?
I think he'll want to come in every Friday.
I think he'll take charge of the show.
Just 14 today for Big Rick. Straight through. 15 goals to Davies. Look at the jumbo prints.
Still chewing the chewy. What a great effort he's done. The umpire wants to get it out too. He might have even said, good on you, Rick. But Rick Davies, been a favourite of the Sturt fans for a long time. Neil Craig getting that ball out of the centre. Rick calling for it in high on a one out. And of course, in that one out situation, exposing the West Adelaide shortcoming, that is a lack of height in defence. And with Mark Dreyer, of course, unavailable, and obviously Tony Burgess was still not really well from his virus. They're in a bit of strife, let alone the loss of Craig Williams, who's been a fantastic player in the full-back line for the Wolves.
Almost 30 minutes gone. Sims and Hyde.